Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. Welcome back. I thank you all for staying, and I appreciate you all for really staying till the end of this Rock Your Brilliance Summit. It really has been a great day for us to learn and share. As you know, this is the first summit for Women's Coaching Association. This is where we help women coaches rock their brilliance, getting to connect with other women's coaches, getting to collaborate and partner in a non-competitive atmosphere. So I encourage you to go over to womenscoachingassociation.com, and join us today. Click on the information, membership information, and you can get all the goodies and all the information and benefits about becoming a member today. Again, it's women's with an S, coachingassociation.com. So now we're moving on to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Lawanna Parker. You know, Lawanna and I have been friends for a couple of years now, and really, she's that person that if you're feeling down, you can call on Lawanna Parker, and she will be there for you. And so I just want to use this opportunity to say, I so much appreciate your friendship. And she's also a member of the Women's Coaching Association. She's a member of the Women's Coaching Association. And so today she's really going to talk about life not being perfect. That's right. Life is not perfect. And who doesn't know that life is not perfect? How do you deal with challenges that you go through in your life that if you don't take care of it, it will derail you, that you don't see another day? So she's going to talk about it. It's about new direction, new attitude, and new me. And you want to stay tuned because the next voice you're going to hear is that of my friend, Lawanna Parker. Lawanna, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Take it away.
All right, thank you. I apologize to everyone. I'm having some technical difficulties, so you can hear my voice, but you probably can't see me. First of all, I want to thank Christy for inviting me to be a part of her program today. It's always a pleasure to take part in something that she's doing. I'm really proud of Christy because she's one of those people who, once she decided she wanted to do something, even though she was quite fearful of doing it. And I remember when she first started this program, she was worried about it, but she took the bull by the horn and stepped out there, and she's been going ever since. So, congratulations on the continuing success of your program, Christy. And I'm sure, has benefited quite a few people who have had the opportunity to be a part of it. So, getting on to what Christy was mentioning about uh, new directions, new attitude, and new you. What happened with me was I found myself in a situation. I have to tell you how I got into this, and it's because I found myself in a situation where I felt stagnant. Nothing was working right, and I just felt like, what's the purpose? Why am I here? And really, a lot of negative things that started going on with me. And I'm sure that there are many of you who have experienced that. But especially when you get a certain point in your years, usually it's past 40 or 50 that you start questioning what's happening in your life, the things that you failed to do. You think, oh my God, it's just too late. Uh, what am I going to do now? The children are gone, and do I really want to go back to school to try to learn something to start all over again? All kinds of negative things start popping in your head that, well, I don't know if I can do that or not. But that's what was happening with me. And it had really gotten to the point where I just started questioning myself as to why, what purpose do I serve? Why am I still around? And I have to believe that there's something really important that I am supposed to be doing because the Lord will not let me go any place. he keeps he keeps reminding me that it's not time yet. So uh, I finally figured out that maybe my thing was that I have to be out there to support people. So I went through this little process, and I'm going to share some of the steps that I did uh, in order to get there. And trust me, it was not easy because I had to think about me. And I found it very difficult to accept some of the things that were crossing my mind. I mean, we all like to think that we're okay, we're doing the right thing, and life is working out fine. And then suddenly you have all these things hit you, and you realize, no, it's not, and why isn't it? And what did I do or what didn't I do that caused the situation that I'm in now? And I was going through that after I decided that there was something I'm supposed to do, and it was not an overnight process because I had to sit down and make a list of uh, things that I had done, been successful at, things that I still wanted to do, and determine where I was going to go from here because I I still have a lot of things I want to do. And I'm sure many of you out there have so many things that you still want to do, and life sometimes feel like it's just pushing you back. You take a step forward and it push you back too. Well, making my list was somewhat of a help. And then I had to start thinking about, okay, what am I good at? Okay, here's the things I want to do, but what am I good at? What is it that people look to me for, uh, ask me questions about? And as much as I hated to admit it because it wasn't what I wanted, it was not a dream thing, so to speak. I finally figured out that I was supposed to be a supporter, to be there for others when they needed me, and to help encourage them, to lift them up. And I enjoy sharing with people, supporting them. It's one of the things I realize I have been doing since I was a kid. Okay, so now I've finally figured that out. Is it really what I want to do? Do I really want to go in that direction? And I was fighting it. And I spent a lot of time fighting it because I thought, well, jeepers, I've been doing this all my life and it hasn't really gotten me anywhere. I've helped a lot of people, but it hasn't gotten me anywhere. But you know what? When I started putting stuff down on paper, I started finding where I had made a lot of mistakes, and I didn't like the picture of the mistakes that I had made. Things I thought would benefit me sometimes were the wrong choices and took me in another direction. And then when I tried to correct those directions, I made other errors that made the situation worse. So I was just in a very negative area. And listing all this stuff gave me an opportunity to see some of the things that I was good at, some of the things that I was really good at, and some of the things that I was really, really bad at. And being a supporter was one of the things that I was good at. But I'm also good at speaking. I love giving speeches and sharing knowledge that I have learned. And this became part of the things that I wanted to work toward. And the other was writing. I've always loved reading, and anyone who knows me will tell you that I read a lot. I could start my own bookstore if I really wanted to, but that's not the point right now. What I'm trying to get you to recognize is that you need to sit down and think about things that you've done. Start making lists, and it's not going to be overnight. It's going to take time. It's going to require you to give some deep thoughts as to what it is that you've done and what you've been good at and what you really, really want in life. And if you're like me, you probably have a lot of things that you want to do, a lot of things that you're good at. But what is it that's really there that people come to you all the time asking you about? Once you figure that out, then you have to make some decisions. And one of those decisions is you've got to embrace what it is that comes to the forefront. Don't run from it. Sure, you have some other things that you want to do, but let's get busy on the one that you're really good at and make some plans on how to be more successful. Figure out how you can turn that into a way to make a living, make some money at what you're doing. And today, we are so blessed that we live today because the opportunities out there for us to turn anything into a monetary way of bringing in the funds is just almost endless. And once you know what it is you want to do, you can start thinking about other ways that you can uh, repurpose whatever it is that you're doing. Now, for me, I love to support people, and I love talking. So one of the things that I decided to do was to start my own radio show where I can share that information that I learned, and I can share some of me and some of the things that I went through. And it's a great way for me to help encourage and support people because when they hear some of the situations that I went through and they think, oh, well, she did it. Well, I can too. So embracing who you are, embracing uh, the message that you have to offer to people, because you know what? Every single one of us is different, and every single one of us has a message that somebody out there needs. Someone is waiting to hear from you, and you need to get busy helping them. I would hate to think that I would leave this world someday taking with me something that someone desperately needed because I was afraid to share it. And that's part of what the problem is. Sometimes we're just afraid to share ourselves with other people. And I was in that situation where there were times when I was afraid to share myself because I didn't want people to know how weak I was. I didn't want to admit that I had weaknesses, that I had faults, that I didn't really know as much as people thought I did. And because of that, I held back on doing things. I held back on stepping out on uh, ways that I could help benefit someone else in life. I am fortunate that I have people who have since approached me uh, since I started doing that and to let me know what I did to help them. I have a young lady who uh, came to me one day and said, "Thank you so much for sharing that information. I have started my own group and it's 18 strong, and I am so excited because they really want to hear what I have to say." And I was ecstatic for her. I was so happy when she told me that. But I was thinking to myself, wow, I helped her. Why didn't I help myself? And doing something. But that's what it's all about is being able to help someone and have them come back to you and let you know what you did that benefit them. Now she's gone on and she is helping other people who in turn will go on to help someone else. And as we do that for one another, we make the world a better place. I have another young lady. I'm really proud of her because I worked with her when she was a teenager and then suddenly she was gone, and I really didn't give any more thought to it. So recently we made a reconnection. We ended up in a program where we were both a part of, and she shared with me that the confidence that I instilled in her helped her to go on to be the woman that she is today. And I'm so proud of her because she has a program that she is working with illiterate children over in Jamaica, and she's doing very well with that. And it just thrills my heart to know that I played a small part in who she has become today. That's what you need to do. You need to Find out who you are, what it is you have to offer, work on building that, and then embracing it. Just accept that part of you that's going to make your life so much better. Now, in the beginning, you may feel a little nervous about it and you may feel that nobody cares, but it does matter. You matter. You are an individual, and there is no one else on this earth who is like you. So, what you have to share will benefit someone who may be going through what you've already gone through. Don't hold back from them. They need to hear what it is that you have to offer. So if you can sit down, make your list about where you've been, where you're at now, and where you want to be, that's a good start on becoming the person you want to be. But then you have to embrace it and build on it to become who you want. Don't be nervous about it. Don't be afraid. As my friend Christy says, you have to do the thing that you fear. Don't be afraid, because that's the only way you can grow. I have another friend who says people worry about mastering things and they think the more education they're going to get, the more masterful they will become. But you only master something when you do it. So if you got something that you can share, do it. You may fall flat on your face, but the thing of it is, you get back up and you start all over again, because each time you get up, you're going to become better. You'll learn what doesn't work, what does work, and you'll become better at your next attempt. I am truly grateful for some of the people who have come into my life because they have made a difference. If you can do those three things to get yourself started, you're almost 90% there. Now there are some other things that I would like to share about that, but you have to join my personal development program to learn about those. I have what I call my special secret ingredients to help you get going, to help you continue, and to help you maintain the level and even grow to become better at what you want to do. Now, my personal development program is all about helping you. It's all about helping you find out who you are and what it is that you want. And we have some wonderful steps that work for very well for people. So if you get involved in that, you're going to learn who it is that you are and what you want to do. And once you learn that, then we help you to set a goal on achieving that level. I don't care what your dream is. If it's what you really truly want in your heart, there's a way to get there. Now, I know sometimes we think, oh, that's impossible. Well, I'm going to share a story with you about someone that I love very much. She's no longer with us, and that's my mother. My mother was a woman who was crushed when my dad left us. I know because I was the one she talked to. We were in a place where we knew no one, and so the only person she had to talk to was me. But once she got past the fact that she was now a single mom with 6 children to raise, she made up her mind what she wanted to do. Now, I don't know how much thought she put into it, but here's the thing. She decided she wanted to work for the post office. She wanted to have her own car. She wanted to have some money in the bank, and she wanted her own home because we were living in the projects at that time. Now, we were very supportive of my mother, but I have to tell you, as time rolled on, as years started to pass, I personally started thinking, no way is this going to happen because I'm an adult now and the dream that she wanted still hasn't come to fruition. She never gave up. Even when others told her that she was wasting her time, she never gave up. She kept the faith. She believed deeply within her that God was going to give that to her, and she couldn't believe that He would let her have that dream and not let her uh, not have it come to reality. Well, the start of her dream coming true happened when my brother decided to sign up to go into the Marines. He had a car that he had saved up the money and to buy. It was an old car, but it was a car and it ran very well because he had a natural knack for working on automobiles. He had never been trained, but God gave him the talent to be able to do it. So the car ran very well. When he went into the Marines, of course, they sent him. I don't remember if it was back east or overseas, but couldn't take the car with him. So he gave the car to my mother. And she was so ecstatic about that car because now she had her own car, even though she couldn't drive because it was a stick shift. She didn't let that stop her. She would get out there. She had somebody show her the different gears. And so she would get out there in the car and she would be practicing. And I'm serious when I say she got on the streets and practiced. And there were times when we were in the car with her, we were so embarrassed because she'd be sitting there trying to get the gears to work. And finally, and she'd get the car to move. She didn't care how many people honked at her. She just took her time doing what she was trying to do. But that car was the catalyst. I say it was the catalyst because after she got that car, the test that she had been taking for the post office, uh, the scores started to change. Whereas before she was getting below 50%, all of a sudden the scores started rising and she was getting 60% and 70%. And then she started passing with 80 and 100%. And soon she was getting only 100, and it was only a matter of time before somebody called and said she had been hired. And I don't know how many times she passed post office test with 100% because in those days, when they had calls, you go down, you took the test, and then you were kind of on a waiting list or a numbers game. I'm not sure how that worked, but she finally got the call to go to work for the post office. I don't have to tell you that she achieved her other two dreams because she was able to save the money that she wanted to save. She not only saved that money, she had that money in the bank. And when they built this new uh, complex, this new development in the Compton area, and she saw the house that she wanted, she had the money to put down on that house and still had money left over. I am so proud of my mother because she never gave up on what she wanted. Now, it may not take you years, and it may take you years, but if it's something that you truly want, you have to hold on. You have to keep the faith and work toward that dream. Because in between that dream, she had to work for places like the project had a toy loan center where they paid her a few dollars to help lend out toys to the children, check them in, check them out. She worked as a security guard. She worked some jobs that she really was not interested in, but she considered them stepping stone to what she really wanted. And they were training her for what she really wanted. And so she was rewarded. She got what she wanted. You can too. I truly believe that there is no dream that anyone has that they can't have because I don't believe God puts it in your heart for something that you can't achieve. I believe that when something is put there and it's strong enough, you already have the means to achieve it, but you have to be willing to work for it. And you have to hold on to the dream, even though it may take you time. There may be things that you need to do in order to prepare you for that dream. Don't shy away. Don't be afraid. Take the steps you need and just hold on to the faith. Now, I'm not trying to preach religion to anyone. I just happen to have that belief in me, and so I can't not say anything that, in my opinion, will help you to grow. You may have a different faith. You may just believe in the universal power, the universal mind, whatever it is that you believe. You got to have hold on to the faith that it's going to happen. Don't give up. I believe I can help you get what you want. I believe I have what it takes to nurture you, to encourage you, to support you, to mentor you, to help you achieve what you want. And we can do that through my personal development program. And I call that personal development program Emerging, for the simple reason we're going to help you come out of the shell that you've been hiding in. And in the end, when we get through, you are going to have the courage to live your dream. And with that courage, you'll become that person that's going in a new direction, and you'll have that new attitude because you'll know that you can do it, and you'll become the new you that you want to be. I share all of this and more in a book that will be coming out. In fact, it should be going to the publishers on the 25th of this month, and it's called The Courage to Live Your Dream. You'll learn more about what I went through, because I don't want to touch the tip of some of the stuff that I went through to get to where I'm at now. I don't want you to have to experience some of those negative things. And if you are going through those negative things, I want to help you get out of that area, because the worst feeling in the world is to feel that you can't do, nobody cares, no one's interested, nobody is concerned about what happens to you. It is the worst feeling in the world. You find yourself laying around. You don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to eat. You don't want to hear anything that anyone has to say. I don't want you to have to go through that. And as I say, if you are going through that, I can certainly help you get out of it. And I am not proclaiming myself a therapist, a counselor, or a psychiatrist. I'm simply saying that I will share what I went through and the steps that I used to get out of that situation. And it may be something that can help you as well. So if you'd like to have more information on that, I'm going to give you a number to call, which is 916-587-0800. I have a website, but to be perfectly truthful, there's some changes taking place on that website, so I don't want you to get over there and then go, wait a minute, she told us to come here. So call me, and I will be happy to email you my 12 tips to confidence and goal setting success to help get you started and think about whether or not you want to be a part of what I have to offer. And I have a great deal to offer. But to find out, you're going to have to call me, and that's Lawanna Parker, 916-587-0800. And I want to thank Christy again for allowing me this opportunity to speak to you. I hope that some of the stuff that I shared with you will get you to thinking about what it is you want to do in life. Not everybody wants to go into business, and not everybody wants to be the head of an organization or anything like that. You may just want to make a change in your life, in the direction that you're going. You just may want to have something that you can enjoy and not feel like you're laden and nobody cares. Whatever that is, I'm here to help you. So again, give me a call at 916-587-0800. And Christy, again, thank you. I appreciate the time that you offered me here today. And I'm looking forward to more events that I know you're going to have. And I'm so thankful that you started the Women's Coaching Association, because it's going to provide an opportunity for me to learn not only from you, but from some of those wonderful guests that I've heard are going to be a part of your program.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Lawanna. As always, my girlfriend, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you for all your support. And I look forward to collaborating, partnering, and doing so many things in this coaching, Women's Coaching Association. I'm glad that you have said yes to be a part of this amazing organization where women are going to support each other, because that's what life is all about. It's about being able to support each other. It's about being able to share and impact life. And that's what we do, because we are women with the power to change the world. And how do we do that? We do that one life at a time. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. And at this time, I will